Late at night, when most people are safely inside their homes, someone is still out there, driving empty streets, knocking on dark doors, and trusting complete strangers for pizza delivery drivers. Every shift feels the same, until one delivery changes everything. Tonight, you'll hear 3 true stories, not urban legends, not fiction, but real encounters that happened to people who thought they were just doing their job. These are 3 freaky pizza delivery horror stories, and every one of them could have ended much worse. At 17 years old, he worked nights delivering pizza to help his family pay bills. He knew the city well. He knew which streets were safe. But one Friday night, close to midnight, an order came in that felt strange from the start. The delivery was to a woman named Karen. The address was far outside their normal zone. 15 minutes from the store for a single pizza. Still, he accepted it. When he arrived, the house looked normal enough. Nothing that screamed danger. He knocked. A woman opened the door and immediately frowned. She said she hadn't ordered anything. Confused, he showed her the receipt. She glanced at it, then pointed next door. That must be them. So he walked to the neighboring house. He knocked. After a long pause, the door slowly opened. 2 women stood there, both in their 40s, smiling far too widely. Not friendly smiles, not polite smiles, hungry smiles. They complimented him, told him how handsome he was, invited him inside. He tried to refuse, but they insisted. They offered wine, asked about his life, laughed too loudly at everything he said. Then one of them mentioned the basement, said they had something to show him. They led him down a hallway toward a staircase that disappeared into darkness. Halfway down, he stopped. The air felt cold, heavy wrong. He thought he saw movement at the bottom of the stairs. When he turned around, the women weren't smiling anymore. Their faces were blank. He asked what was down there. They answered together. A surprise. That's when he noticed a tall man standing in the doorway behind them, arms crossed, eyes locked on him. The man spoke softly. Let's make this easy. That was all it took. He ran. He dropped the pizza, dropped the money, and sprinted to his car. As he slammed the door shut, he saw the man running toward him, hands pounding on the window, trying to open the door. He drove off without looking back. That night, he didn't just quit his shift. He quit the job. Because he knew something for sure. That delivery wasn't a coincidence. 2 years later, at 19, he worked deliveries again. This time in a different city. He thought he had seen it all. Until one order came in just before closing. The address led him to the end of a dead-end street. The house looked abandoned. Overgrown lawn. Broken fence. Windows dark. He knocked on the back door. Nothing. He walked to the front. Still nothing. But as he stood there, he heard something. A piano. Slow. He called the store to confirm the address. It was correct. Against his better judgment, he pushed the door open. Inside, the air smelled old, like dust and mold. Furniture sat covered in sheets. The piano music stopped. He called out. No answer. Then, from somewhere deep inside the house, a weak voice spoke. Every instinct screamed at him to leave. So he did. He set the pizza down at the doorway and backed away. Later that night, curiosity got the better of him. He searched the address online. The house had been foreclosed, empty for months. No one should have been inside. No one should have been playing that piano. This happened during his final week as a delivery driver. The order was big, 3 pizzas, and the address was in the worst part of town. He almost asked the manager to send someone else, but he went anyway. When he arrived, the porch light flickered. He rang the bell. The door opened halfway. A man stood there, holding a gun. Before he could react, 2 more men appeared behind him. They pulled him inside, forced him onto his knees, demanded his phone, his wallet, his watch. One of them leaned close and whispered that if he called the police, they would find his family. They shoved him out into the street and slammed the door behind him. He sat in his car shaking for nearly 10 minutes before he could drive. That night his father, who knew local police, reported everything. 2 of the men were arrested, but 1 got away. Even now, years later, the driver still wakes up some nights, convinced he hears footsteps outside his window. Because when someone looks at you the way those men did, 3 deliveries, 3 moments where everything could have gone wrong. Pizza delivery seems harmless, but every knock on a stranger's door carries risk. So next time someone brings food to your house late at night, remember, they're trusting you just as much as you're trusting them. And sometimes that trust can be deadly.